Me too.
Both of you.
Yeah, I just got to get something. My camera looked fuzzy, so I just want to wipe it off.
Yeah. And I can't get up while right now I ain't got no pants on.
You no pants on. You got drawers on.
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe. All right, let's go.
Let
What the?
What?
clear.
All righty.
I told you I had to.
Welcome to Tangy TFLife, everyone. I am your host, Veronica, back with you tonight.
Get that bell there. Oh no! Retire that. Retire Ethel Bell there.
Hi, Lisa.
Ain't it though?
Oh, y'all
Retired
tired?
at.
Y'all tired of my bell?
Yeah.
You should use it only on special occasions.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll
When
we'll
the cows come home, and you use it.
I'm tired of y'all talking about my bill. What's going on? My brother Victor back with us tonight.
What's going on? What's going on? How everybody doing?
A little tired, but you know, it is what it is.
For team no New York stuff tonight?
No, man. No.
What's going on for team all the way WBLS radio station?
I got to get like you got a red hat. I already got a team in mind that I got to get my red stuff for. Because there will not be no baseball this season, folks. So don't worry about that.
What do you mean?
There's no baseball right now. It's a lockout. So the union and the ball players, the owners and the union, which represents the ball players, are at a standstill. And if there's no contract kind of situation between the union and the owners, then there will be no baseball. And the owners cannot use scab players, not, because that's going to be a problem.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So,
well, go ahead, Fatim.
I'm just going to say anybody out here who plays softball in Florence or Darlington or whatever, that adult softball, let me know, because I'm looking to try out. So I'm waiting for a phone call now. So anybody got some leads, let us know. Let me know.
Uh-oh.
What's up, brother Stevenson?
What's going on, Stevenson? All you good people out there, thanks for tuning in to Tangy TeaOfLife. This is where we talk about any and everything. So glad to have you on this
That
Tuesday.
is true.
I'm trying to figure out why Stevenson always put Fatih name first when he's speaking. What's up with that?
That's his brother.
Well, I was his sister way longer before
Fatih came along, right?
But don't matter. It's that brotherly bond, that male bond. It's always you can't do nothing about that. But y'all always be trying to interject yourself, man. Sit down.
Yeah. Let us men have a little piece of the pew. Y'all got to hold the seat in the pew. Let us get on the corner or something.
Something.
That's what I'm saying.
Please.
Go about to the back.
I'm just letting your folks know. If we start tonight, my book, men are for Mars, women are for Venus. That's all I'm going to say. If it's just getting hot. It's getting hot in here. Hey, y'all.
Jill, where you been at? Jill been MIA. What's going on, Jill?
Hey, Jill.
Good people.
What's going on,
Tangy TeaOfLife. We are live up in her on this Tuesday. So glad to have you guys. And let me say this. before we get started, I want all of you to mark your calendars. You heard by now that we are having a meet and greet gathering that's going to be going on March 26th. So mark your calendars. It's going to be going on at Keontae's Wings and Dings in Darlington. Hope you guys can make it just to come out and, just to meet the crew, and we sit around and laugh and talk. And of course, we're going to have a topic is going to come up some kind of way. So definitely looking forward to that. So make sure you mark your calendars, March 26th, 7 p.m. Come and hang out with us and let's have some fun. We want to know who you all are. Some of you we know, some of you we don't know, and you're always in the comment section and things. So we want to hang out and get to know you folks.
Out of everybody in the comment section, I probably personally know probably 2 or 3 people, and that's it.
Yeah. Oh, wait, hold on. That nose is growing. Wait a minute. His nose is growing.
I'm serious.
Your serious. How do I know more people in the comment than you do?
Well, do you know them though, Fatigue?
I mean, I don't know them.
Right.
I mean, Victor means know him. You grew up with him, or
no? I went to school. Me and Jill are class.
Oh, yeah.
And
like that.
I met Lisa before, but pretty much everybody else I've never seen.
Never seen. Huh?
I couldn't recognize if I was to walk past them. I couldn't. I probably couldn't.
Okay, sounds good.
That's why we want to have the meet and greet so we can get to know the people.
Yeah.
We appreciate y'all for tuning in every Tuesday and Thursday.
Let me tell y'all something. Let me just say, we were down there just to take care of a little bit of business this Saturday, and we got into a conversation off the back with a couple of us. So if we got into a conversation not even planned, y'all can expect. So come on out to this meet and greet, because if we got into hot conversation and we wasn't even in rare form, we'll be ready on the 26th. We'll be ready.
Yeah, I was spilling some tea.
Got Veronica, got her a little hot. Wait a minute. Okay.
Because it was you guys. It was what, 4 of you, and it was just Tori and myself.
Yeah, well,
so
hey,
I was trying to come hard, but
we just dropped.
They were doing what?
Dropping the truth.
They was doing what, Veronica?
We were hard. I mean, she was saying we were trying to come hard. Oh God, don't start us tonight.
Leave it to Victor. Oh, Jill, I hope you feel better soon.
Yes,
I am my brother's keeper. Yes, I am.
That's right.
Yeah. So, guys, tonight we have some topics that came through, and the folks want us to talk about some of these topics. So we're gonna lean on maybe 1 or 2 because we already know how this show go. But we're only doing an hour tonight.
What?
We can get some rest.
Look at y'all face like, what?
I'm gonna start soliciting some friends to come on over here for the show. If we're gonna do an hour, I got some free time. Got a whole house apartment.
I can lay in the bed. I'm telling you, my body hurts.
Super tired, right?
I ain't tired, damn it.
I know you
I ain't tired. I'm rare, baby.
I also I solicit people. Veronica has. We do the show, but Veronica has her workouts. I solicit all the people, if you want to challenge and have a fun, to please go to a workout with her, the dance thing. And if you want a bit of a little more challenge, please go to Bowerly Park on Sunday. I'm still feeling it today. And I was sandbagging, to be honest with you. I really wasn't pushing myself. And my thighs, I haven't felt my tail for about 2 days. I don't know what
Tell me it came from the ropes.
No, it was them squats. The girl out there, I don't know her name. She wanted to do 100 squats.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why you had the peach butt.
I'm telling you, I have not felt my tail. It's still numb, man. I'm telling you, I'm hurting. I'm hurting.
Okay.
I'm hurting.
Definitely a workout. My classes are Wednesdays at 7 p.m. at BA Gary Gym and Saturday mornings at 9 a.m. So come on, get yourself a great workout. And then, like Victor said, on Sundays, and the time would vary because I think right now Marvin have it set for 3 o'clock in the afternoons. So, guys, if you're not doing anything, there's tons of, hey, we are here for you guys to get fit, get it right and tight, and get in a healthy
Well, if y'all want to get it right and tight.
I'm just saying, and get it healthy out here in these streets. All right. So be sure you check out my workouts, and also, like Vic say, Marvin workouts. And it is free to go out there to Barley Park on Sundays.
And also, I think another family member, I think Eric is a nutritionist, I think.
Yeah.
So it's
Eric Linton, yep.
It's so many. The tea is just more than just this show. You know, there's so many different outlets. So no matter what you need to be healthy, there's so many outlets you can come through. If you contact Veronica, I'm pretty sure she can lead you in the right direction.
Yes.
So if y'all want to keep it right and tight, head to Veronica and she could put you in the right place. But if you want to keep it a little light, head with me down to Columbia tomorrow to the concert of Maxwell.
Okay.
Show and what's his name? I was gonna say Alexander Hamilton.
Oh, Anthony
Hamilton. Yeah.
That's gonna be a good one.
Talk to my people with Joe, my brother. Shout out to my brother Ishmael. Trying to get some comps to get in the house tomorrow. So we'll see how that works out.
All right. Well, thank you, Victor, for that. I appreciate you, my brother. Thank you. Thank you. All right, guys. So y'all ready for some tea? Wait a minute. Let me see. Stevenson says Veronica had my damn baby sister hurt all weekend.
Oh, I saw that was Tasha, right?
Yes.
I saw Tasha in the thing. Yeah.
Yeah, she comes out Saturdays.
But it's all about consistency. If you got to be consistent. Got to be consistent. That's my problem.
Yeah. And I just love to see, like, the ladies get up on early Saturday mornings and come out there to the gym. Like, gotta have dedication and, like you said, consistency. It's a mind thing. It's definitely a mind thing. So
y'all can do it.
If you want it, you go for it. You go after it and work hard and keep it going.
I'll be on the ball field.
Okay. Well, let's get into it. Let's see what's going on with these topics. So, let's see. So the first one I'm going to throw at you guys, you men. Okay. It says most, and these are relationship topics. Most single men plan to marry someday.
That's true.
And would benefit from marriage. So why do they hesitate to commit?
What's this wipe your eyes all of a sudden got tired? Wait a minute.
Let me read that again.
God.
So most single men plan to marry someday and will benefit from marriage. Right. So why do they hesitate to commit?
All right, since Vic is rubbing his eyes and he's thinking hard, I'll jump in there. I mean, I'm just going to go from my heart. And again, remember, folks, this, my opinion, don't speak for all men. Some men feel that when you, in life, it's certain things that you have to deal with in life that is called responsibility. And when you get up there and say, I do, Now you're not only responsible for washing your backside, you're responsible for washing somebody else's backside. And I'm being a little funny there, but on the serious side, you have to, now you're responsible for you two. And if you build a family or already have a family with whatever, now you're responsible all the way around. When you're single, you feel that I can still move. I got some freedom here. And a lot of us, especially men, we don't operate very well being boxed in. So that's why we hesitate. And even though you're right, I mean, it's supposed to be 50-50, and we know in reality, a relationship is not 50-50. It varies. It's a partnership. And yes, I think a lot of men do. I think both benefit from it, but a lot of men may benefit. I don't want to sit here and say men benefit. Some men may benefit more than women, but I just think it's like giving up that freedom. I don't want to go as far as say it's like a ball and chain, but it's kind of like being a little locked down, and we don't like that. We like our freedom. We like to move. We like to be hunters, and hunters are people that roam. And when we get married, some of that is put into like limitations. So that's why I feel that a lot of men hesitate. Vic?
I did have two questions from that same person, but they both kind of go together.
I'll say, so I've been in 2 serious relationships. Both of them, I was engaged, and they lasted pretty good. But I'll say this: the first one, I kind of drug my feet. The second one, and I didn't. But one thing I will say is that when it comes down to me, see, now my brother in the comment section, he say the truth. It comes down to me. I had a conversation with someone, and I said that women fall in love and men get in a routine. And sometimes our routine can be considered as love, so to speak. And anything outside of, and this is just me, anything outside of that routine is sometimes not met with, you're open to it. And by routine, I mean, if I'm used to doing this while we're together and we first meet, as we get serious and you asking me to change, you know what I'm saying? It's like you met me. And I'm not saying anything wild, but like Fatine plays baseball, softball or whatever. And she's coming out to the field supporting him in the beginning. And then when a year or two down the road, he's doing this because it's something he likes. It's like, well, why can't you take Saturday or Sunday off and let's do something? And it's like, well, come on now. This is my place where I can, free my mind. And maybe that could turn into a problem, and vice versa. It goes both ways. But I think a lot of times y'all, by y'all being women, will see us doing something that we've been doing that we like and enjoy, and you want to modify, or you want to build us up with some bigger plan that you have in your head. But when you fell in love with me, you fell in love with me for who I was, not for whatever it is you're trying to build.
Yeah, I get that. I feel like when you get involved with someone, and if that person was, doing the things that you're trying to turn them away from now when y'all first got together, I feel like that's kind of wrong. Go ahead and allow them to have that peace, or whatever you want to call it, like for team softball or whatever. I'll use that example like you did, Vic. If Fatine was playing softball when we got together, I mean, who am I 6 months down the road into the relationship or whatever, and be like, come on, aren't you tired of softball by now? Like, can you make time for us? I feel like I would be kind of wrong for that, because I know that's what he loved to do. And that, brings him peace or whatever while he's on the field. So, yeah, I think a lot of people make mistakes by doing that.
Better be on the field. It's better to be on the field than playing the field. You know what I mean? So,
and that goes, and not to just harp on that, but I'm only speaking from my point of view. But it goes both ways. I do understand that you have to sometimes give up some of your free time to make it work. But there's other avenues I can take to give you the free time so I can still have my time on Sunday. But you have to be open-minded to say, okay, we spent Monday through Saturday together, and all of a sudden Sunday I'm going to do my regular thing. Now you questioning my loyalty to you, and some women will do that.
I want to jump in here on this part. Is I had a conversation with a young lady who was she was Dominican, and she was talking about in her culture how women in her culture, but I just look at this overall, how a lot of women are groomed to be married. And since you posed that question, a lot of women, look forward to getting married, and a lot of men are hesitant. And why are we men hesitant? Well, we tend to benefit more from it. So a lot of times when women are growing up, the mother, the female takes them under their wing and kind of groom them for the future as being a wife. For us men, our fathers, uncles, or male figures take us under their wing to make us men. Not husbands, but men. Being a man, part of your responsibility as a provider for yourself and for your family. But we're not groomed. It's just not work. My father didn't say, one day you're going to be the husband. I'm grooming you to be a man. Where the vocabulary is a little bit different for a female. And that's how I look at it, that we are groomed different in certain occasions. Not that a groom to be a man don't mean that you don't be responsible for your family. It means to be a man and take care of everything. But we have an umbrella. It's not that. And more women are groomed to be a good woman, but a good mother, a good wife. You understand? Where we men are groomed to be men and be good providers. So I just think it's part of in our DNA that when we're growing up, we already put in a lane that makes us travel a certain way, and we view it differently. And that's why I feel that at the end of the day, we're a little hesitant for it, because we're groomed as men, and men, like I'm gonna say, likes to be free, where more women are groomed to be as a group or together. That's how I look at it.
Yeah, I can get down with that. That's pretty true. We are raised different. I mean, I'm not going to say my mom was like, well, be this type of way so that you can get a husband one day, blah, 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 blah. But I think we as females, not only, looking at our mothers, but we look at other people relationships, like things on movies and things like that, and hoping one day, oh, I can have that fairy tale wedding, and I can have that white picket fence, and I can have the man of my dreams. And you all are raised different than we are. So let's see what John's saying.
Yeah, because I want to respond to that.
This ain't in all cases, but so many men are seeing in these days and times, men ain't gaining nothing out of marrying. Get married is more of a woman thing. Men don't dream of the day they get married. That's a woman thing.
Yeah, so I want to respond to that. So, John, I first of all, I agree with you from the perspective looking from the outside in. I cannot knock that, because if you have not been married, then you can't really give an example of that. Not you, John. I'm just saying a person that hasn't been married. So I do see a lot of men today saying, what am I getting out of marriage, just that and the other, and and about it being more of a woman's thing, which I kind of explained. But for a person who's been married before and then in a 32-year relationship, I have seen the benefits of that. And I think I can speak to that from the perspective of of not just an example, but experience. That's the word I was looking for, experience. And I see the benefits as a man being married and in a wholesome relationship, raising your children. And I don't have to visit. I don't have to share my children. And that's no knock to folks that have to do that. That's not a knock. But what I am sharing is the benefits of being in a wholesome relationship and growing and seeing the benefits of not coming to our empty house, coming to our house where we support one another and on the good times and when tough times. So I do see the benefits once you do it and you have a wholesome and a happy, majority happy relationship. Then looking back, I do see the benefits of being married. And if I had to pick one, to rather be single or to be married and happy, married or happy single, I would take happy married as a group, having a family to come home, building a family, sharing, giving, loving. I would do that.
So go ahead, Veronica.
She gives me the countdown.
So I completely agree with what you said, and with not completely agree with John's comment, but I see where he's coming from.
Mm-hmm.
When I get in a relationship, I look at the end game. I ain't gonna say I like to, but when I gonna say when I meet someone, I always say it has to make sense on paper first. And if it don't make sense on paper, I don't see how we can move any forward. And by paper, I'm not talking about finances. I mean, there's a lot of things that I have to check off in order to say, can we even have a relationship to start with? Good God, that's a long comment. But for me,
Mm-hmm.
like the team said, I'd rather be happy married than happy single, because eventually I'm gonna get old. And we have all seen and heard of someone, being in their later years in life and they appear to be happy, but they're at home by themselves. And a phone call is just not the same as talking to someone face to face at 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. It's That's something that I'm willing to sacrifice um to have. But it has to be with someone who I feel is compatible with me.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say that.
Yep.
Definitely.
I think they're a little surprised tonight to hear us brothers that say this, but when you wait or two and you look at it and you experience it, unless you've had a bad marriage or a bad breakup, or I mean, whatever the situation. Sometimes you had a bad breakup, you just got to look back. And then sometimes, even though I broke up, I had much more good times than bad times. And I just look at the benefits from it, and I don't have a problem pushing. Now, don't take away from being single and this, that, and other. But I'm older now. It's different to be 28, 32, even in your early 40s. But for me to have grown, that raised my children from coming out and then raising them to grown ladies, and to see them through their milestones and dare to share that as a family, is nothing that beats that kind of feeling in the world.
Definitely.
I
Go
can
ahead.
look back at both of my breakups, and I call them serious breakups. And I could, looking back at them, I could see the turning point where I could have saved the relationship, but it would have sacrificed who I am and my character and my happiness if I would have switched up at the moment where I could have said, you know what, let me back up for a second. And that's I don't think I would have been happy on the inside.
And sometimes we have to make tough decisions. That's tough decisions that we have to make in order to be happy for us within ourselves. We have to make tough decisions sometimes. Being in a relationship or marriage and not and knowing that you're not happy, like that is the most awful feeling, just because you think it's the right thing to do to stay in that situation when you shouldn't be there.
Right.
So
it's not easy.
Yeah, it's not easy. We have to make tough decisions, but we have to be happy. I want to go back.
Sorry, I didn't give you the bell on that, but gave you a bell.
Thank you.
See what I'm saying? They always give us their tail, I
want to go back up to Travis' comment. He said, women sometimes stop doing what it takes when they have you. But as long as they don't have you, they're going to do the extra mile or try to keep you happy.
Facts.
And you know what? And that definitely, okay, I know you speaking on the women, Travis. Okay. But let's say that definitely can go both ways. For sure. Yeah. Because y'all do a hell of a lot to get a woman. But once you get that person,
we retire to the couch. That's what you're saying, huh?
Well, what? And because we had the same bloodline, let me try to expand on him.
Same bloodline.
So let me say, when we courting y'all and we dating y'all and we doing all this stuff for you and we get your attention, we're doing things to get your attention. But once we have your attention, we also need for you to reciprocate the same thing back to us. Because sometimes when we're taking you out and we spending money and we doing all this, we get a thank you. We get a kiss on the cheek. We get all this stuff. And then once we have you and we're still doing this, then what happens? The kiss on the cheek stops. The leaving the tip stops. There's a lot of things that's expected that doesn't happen anymore. And it's like, well, it's no not. I mean, like you said, it does, like Steve said, it does go both ways. But a lot of times they see where we took the pack off, where sometimes y'all do because you want to have date night. But when we're taking you out and you're looking out for us and we say, well, baby, let's go out tonight. You know what I'm saying? Oh, we got food at home. I didn't ask you that. You know what I'm saying? I know what's in the refrigerator. You know what I'm saying? You're not as open to giving me your free time anymore because we got each other.
Right.
Because, when you first get a relationship, you'll move hell and high water to go sit in somebody crusty ass face, you know what I'm saying, for an hour. But when you got them, you're like, well, I'll just see you. I can just see him tomorrow. I got to do this, this, and this.
I'm not that female that's going to say, oh, there's food in the refrigerator.
Oh, your little hungry tail going to eat, huh?
Going to eat. I didn't want to interrupt you, Victor.
Go ahead, bro.
No. You hit something on the head, and let me tell you why. Because that's why I said I look back in, the past relationship and look at the kind of conversation sometimes we would have on the phone, and it just wasn't a conversation, oh, what you want for dinner, or I'm cooking this. It's that we could have them kind of conversations. And what happened today, let me just show you. I got 2 calls from 2 different females, both married. I know one I work with, I known her, and then another one down here who's married. Both married. But we were on the phone with both young ladies laughing and this, that, and the other. If I can do that with a friend, with friends now, married friends, no agenda, but you can't do that with your significant other or your wife. See, those are the things. But that's why I said Victor said something that, it's easy to go after Victor when he says some things that y'all think he's wild. But Victor said some profound things just now. And he's right. If you cannot, if I can get on the phone with my friends, but my wife or my lady, we can't have them kind of conversations that you know, and I hate to even say we have to plan date night. If you can't just casually still put in what it takes to have a conversation with your significant other that you're supposed to love, it's supposed to go like this, it's supposed to go smooth. And that's why I'm saying that. And again, I'm not talking about what causes people to step out. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that what Victor's saying, once we get together, we kind of get comfortable. We let our guard down because all of a sudden we got what we want and this is okay. And that's it. No. You have to continue to capture my mind and make it interesting, and vice versa, both ways.
Yeah.
So the same way I can talk to my friends, I should be able to talk to you like that.
Yeah. I say it all the time. You got to keep things spiced up in a relationship. Like a lot of you, come on, let's be real. A lot of people get comfortable once they know that they have a person or they, you know, in this marriage or whatever. Like they get real comfortable and they don't think that they're supposed to keep things going like they started. So that's a big mistake.
Oh, go ahead.
And I don't see why.
What Brittany say? 2 phone calls? Yeah, Brittany, 2 phone calls. First phone call for an hour. The second one 2.5 hours, girl.
Bro, who got that kind of? You know what? I'm good.
Nah, but I can work and be.
I
on
mean,
the
if
phone,
the conversation is good, I know I can be on the phone for an hour.
Yeah, I can roll,
half.
baby. You can
If
roll
the
with it.
is good, I'm all in.
There you go.
Now, I'm gonna say this. All right, she said always be spontaneous in a relationship. Now, some of us getting old now. You can't be too spontaneous. You got to warm this diesel up. You can't be just coming in here jumping up saying, "Hey, let's go do it in the shower." Nah. I got to
lick my ear or something.
Huh?
Lick my ear or something.
I got to get some Bengay and rub my legs or something before I try to do that. No, we got to plan this out a little better. Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna let you read Stevenson's comment.
Oh my God. Go ahead. I ain't got my. I say, well, as for me, I'm a community activist and I'm involved with so much in my community. And if we ever feel like whoever the woman I am with doesn't want to participate in what I'm involved with, that's a red flag for me. And I'm already thinking that she isn't ready to stand beside me, because for me to be the stronger, I need that stronger woman to be my backbone just in case I fall, because I'm dealing with a whole lot. All right. So in his comment, bro, I get it. And I salute you for being a community activist, but you got to have a fine balance, because if you're dealing with a issue that you so passionately feel about, the person at home might not feel the same way about it, and you're bringing that activism into the home, which is now making it a us problem instead of a their problem. And you should totally get somebody who has the same passion as you. So I feel him when he says, if I feel passionate about something, I'm gonna need for you to keep that energy. You know what I'm saying? So I get it. I guess that comes to being compatible with someone.
Yeah. Well, Brother Stevenson, let me just give you an example of something. I understand what you're saying, but I give you a little bit more example. So not only was I am still, even though I'm on the radio, I come out of activism, out of the community, and I come out of security with some of the top activists in the country and being in New York. And I remember when I had my significant other at a protest rally. This is before we had our first child. And when we went out to this protest rally, the folks we went out to protest surrounded us. And since I was security, I'll just say it, I was security for Reverend Sharpton. And at the time, I got my significant other here and I got him here. I'm on security detail and I'm torn which one I got to protect. So I was like, you're not coming back out to none of the dangerous kind of rallies. If we go into an event that we have speakers, no problem. But when we going out in that street, when we was in Bensonhurst or doing what we had to do when it was dangerous, no. But that didn't mean if you wasn't there physically, that means you still could support me in other ways. And I think that that's what we look at each other and see where we can support each other, even if we're not standing side by side. So being that community activist, and I applaud you for that, give you that bell for that, because we need more like you. But if that person is not side by side, don't mean that they can't support you in other ways of doing the same or similar or whatever. And even if they don't do that similar kind of work, they still can support you in different ways.
That's true. I love what John said. So I used to be married and stay broke as a, not that part.
Motherfucker.
Just say mofo.
But please don't get me wrong. I would marry again just to the woman God ordered my steps to be with.
Facts.
Yep. I'm a true believer that if something don't work out, doesn't mean that you should stop. You should give up on that. And that goes for anything, a marriage, or just because your last marriage went bad, or your last relationship went bad, or your last interview went bad, or, you know, whatever. Don't give up and don't think that the next one can't work.
Could you put John's comment back up there, please, for a minute? So he says, I used to be married and stay broke as a mofo, but please don't get me wrong. I would marry again just to the woman God ordered my steps to be with. My question, John, and to all the viewers, here goes for Teen being the SOB tonight. If God brings you the woman or man to you, then why don't we stay married? If God puts that person in, how do you know God has put that person in your life? If the marriage is successful, that means God has put it in your life. And if it's not successful, the devil had a hand in it. If God has put a person in your life, then why is there so many problems with marriage? That's what I have a problem with, quote unquote, folks that use God as a crutch to say these things come from God. I don't believe God puts people in our life, because if that's the case, then we wouldn't have no problems. That's my opinion.
I believe everything comes from the higher power, and okay. I believe God,
good and bad,
good and bad. God put people in our lives, but He can do. We have to work on our end as well. We can't just say, "Oh, God, send me a good man," or "God, send me a good woman." We have to put the work in on our end as well. Just don't expect God to make everything glorious and nice, and you're not going to have arguments, and you're not going to have disagreements, and, you know, do they speak divorce in the Bible? But I'm just saying, don't expect God to. You have to put in the work. And I do believe that God sends people in your life whether it's
for a reason, but yeah. That don't mean that reason means that you're gonna have everlasting bliss together, like you just said. No, that's what I just said. No, that's what I said. I said to have everlasting bliss, like you said, meaning that you got to work. What I'm saying is that, and I agree with what you say. I'm just saying why we tend to use things so loosely that we have got comfortable, like Victor said, that sometimes we get comfortable, we get caught up in cliches, and we have to be careful of those cliches of saying these things, because we all have will to choose between this and that. That's what God has given us, to choose between this and that. That's why we decide heaven or hell, where our direction is supposed to lead us. But I don't know if God brings a person in your life to marry. I don't know. I think God gave us will to choose between this and that, to choose this person to be our wife, or choose this person to be our husband. And if it works, it works. If it doesn't, then if you have to go your separate way, you have to go your separate way. But I just think we have to be careful with those cliches. That's all I'm saying.
I wanna jump on this because I haven't. Anytime that I've ever asked for something, I've received it. If you ask God to bring you, and I'm speaking as a man, if you're asking God to bring you a woman, that's exactly what's going to happen. If you're asking God to bring you a financially stable, beautiful woman, that's exactly what's going to happen. If you ask God to bring you anything, He's going to give you what you ask for. But it's up to you to see that. So a lot of times what we'll do is, as a man, God, just I need a woman to come in and just be at everything. And then He presents you with that, but you don't like the way she looked, or you don't like the way her butt look at night or some shit like that.
Right.
You will find something, and God is giving you exactly what you ask for. So the thing about it is, if you pray for something, make sure you're praying for what you want, and you are ready for what you pray for, because you're going to get it. But see, I found out, I'm not gonna say the hard way. I found out through experience is that if you ask and it's just like with kids, if you ask your father for something, he's going to give it to you. It might not be on your time, but it's going to come. And when it comes, be ready. Be ready when it comes.
You better preach. Go ahead, Vic.
I swear to God, I am not trying to jump on anybody's side. But the thing about it is, I had a long conversation with myself about that same thing, because I went through my dating history and through the women that was in my life. And to be honest with you, all of them have been good women. We just didn't click at the end of the day. But the women that were in my life is exactly what the hell I asked for. You know what I'm saying? So I need to be more specific about what I want and make sure that I'm ready. So when I do say, Father, I feel as if I'm ready, this is what I want, I know it's going to be answered. I know that.
Yeah, you have to be specific on your prayers, what you want. And I've heard it many a times from older women, you have to ask God for what you want, but you have to be specific, because if you're just asking God to send you a man, he's going to send you any man. You said a man. You didn't say what kind of man. A successful man, or man that's going to treat me good, a man that's not going to beat my tail. I mean, you know what I'm saying? So everything you say, I agree with that, Vic.
And I've always revert back to that one sermon that I always remember in my mind. And I've talked about it, the woman in the hurricane. You know what I'm saying? God has came to her 3 times and she ended up dying. She asked the Lord, why didn't you save me? He said, I came to you 3 times and you turned my hand away. So the thing about it is that your perfect person might not look like what you think your perfect person.
Good point. I was going to go there. Perception is a mother, but we have these ideas up in our head. Vic,
say that again.
Your perfect person might not look like what you think your perfect person should be.
Right. And
we get so caught up on how people look, how people dress, their appearance, and all that stuff.
That's right.
What I say, you be missing out on your blessing.
That's right.
That man with the crooked smile and the crooked nose and the straggly whatever could be the best thing to happen to you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But we weren't about what the folks gonna say. Oh, they're gonna be like, she with him.
We got a lot. But we got a lot of comments out here. So
I do want to go back to something Mr. Sammy said earlier. He said being single don't mean you are home alone unless that is what you want.
That's facts. What I was pretty much referring to, when I was sick, I was in a, what you call that shit? I was on a break. And I tell you now, being sick by your damn self, because as you know, for team, maybe you don't, but a lot of dudes don't want to be around another sick dude. You know what I'm saying? So my homeboys is not going to take care of me like a woman will or a female will. And with a man, when we're sick, sometimes we don't want to get everybody else sick. So, I had female friends like, why you ain't tell me you was sick? I was like, shit, I didn't know that was even on the table. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. I'm cool now. So I just feel like when you have somebody with you, and that's what I was referring to, when you get older, you know what I'm saying, and you going through this time. Hell, I don't even like going to the doctor by myself, but I do. You know what I'm saying? It's just something that has to happen. But when I wait a minute, when I take y'all to the doctor with me, I don't need you in there to take over. You know what I'm saying? Don't be asking all these damn questions. I just,
well,
I just need my, huh?
You don't want us to go back there with you, though. You just want us to be.
Yeah, you can come back. I mean, because I ain't got nothing to hide. I mean, we going to the doctor. He might tell me, you know what I'm saying, Vic, you awesome and amazing. I just needed you to hear that shit. But all I'm saying is when you go back, I would take a woman who I was with back in the back with me, and it turned into, them two talking, and I'm just sitting here like, well, at any given time when y'all finish, y'all just let me know. Because to be honest with you, as a man, we do not take our health seriously, because we do go in there. Well, nah, doc, I only have 2 or 3 drinks, a week, and they be like, he lied. You know what I'm saying? And
you sure about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting you say that, Vic. I agree with you, Vic, about being by yourself or having someone in your life. And for me, not only being in a relationship, I was a caregiver because I was dealing with somebody who had an illness. And and you still give people their independency and their privacy, because that's what it is about. Your child at a certain age has privacy, and they don't want you in that room. You ain't in that room. So husband and wife, it's not about hiding things, but you still give them that privacy. I just remember with the GYN and going through every step. I didn't just go to Lamar's, or I just didn't go in the delivery room. I was there for every appointment, prenatal, all that stuff. I was there. And then, of course, if there was something that she had to talk with the doctor, I give her that space. You understand? You're supposed to give that space. But Victor, you are right. And Veronica, from the perspective that when, being sick by yourself, you don't want no guy taking care of you, you bring me something back from the store, maybe, but that's about it. Bring me some Tylenol or something. But when you got a woman to take care of you and vice versa, man, and you want to do that, it's part of the healing. It's part of the healing process,
and not to really stay on this topic too much, but I'll say this. If you was to sit back and look at how we take care of each other, a woman will go head over heels for a man when he's sick. And we'll be like, man, you sure you don't want to call your mama or your sister over here to do all this? Because I really don't want to wipe your tail. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I will. But
I'll wipe your tail.
And that's what we say. You'll do it. I don't know if I really want to wipe my woman's tail. I don't know if I really want to do that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Especially if it's nice and
peachy. You want to say peachy, right?
And shitty.
Nice peachy and shitty.
Yeah, there you go.
Because it's interesting because
nice juicy bottom.
Yeah.
All right, so
there's a lot of
roll through them, Veronica. Roll through them.
Let's go.
Let me see. We all need to simply make sure we continue to do the supporting of our lovers, the sex, the heels and thongs, the communication, etc. We need to just be mindful to keep doing these things, period. Exactly.
And he said about the thongs and the sex and the heels and all that. And I just had a conversation today. What about those women that had the nightgown on from neck to ankle and have 14 kids?
Because she's gonna take it off.
Right, that's it. See, so that's what I'm saying. Sometimes we put emphasis. Again, I'm not taking away, please, ladies, don't. For teenage, the romance, I understand the part about romance, but the bottom line is, if you appreciate and you love someone, you're gonna love them no matter what they have on.
That's true.
And you're gonna love them when they take it off. You searching?
Let me see. Stevenson says, going back to Mr. Sammy comment, he said, and that's the truth, Mr. Sammy. And sometimes we can be married and living with somebody, and we can still be lonely. That's true.
That's not a relationship. Then that's not a relationship.
I think when it comes down to the thong, to me, it's the idea of it versus the actual thing. Like the whole nightgown. I'm not nightgown. What you call negligee and outfits. That's cool, but take that shit off. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. Like, hey, you came in here and you spent all your money at Victoria's Secret. Oh man, that shit nice. All right, but if I rip it, you upset. You got the reaction that you wanted. You brought out this animalistic characteristic that I have in myself, and now you mad because I just ruined a $60 outfit. You know what I'm saying? That is this big. What do you expect?
Yeah.
So
you wearing dental floss. What are you worried about?
I expect you to take it off with your teeth.
All right.
Then put dental floss on.
But like Fatine was saying, it's something about a woman could have that big ass nightgown on, and the moon could just hit it just right, and she could be naked in front of the window, and you can just barely see through that damn nightgown.
That's right.
That right there. And this is the thing, like, don't be coming in the bedroom sucking your damn stomach in and all that other shit. We already don't know what you look like. Don't do that, because you're going to get on top and your stomach going to be laid over anyway. Listen,
Did you say laid over?
But what I'm saying is y'all be doing all this extra shit and waist trainers and all that shit. We done seen you naked. We don't give a damn about none of that. You know what I'm saying? I get you want to be healthy, but what you got this waist trainer on for? You got this body armor and shit. I don't want to hug you and feel that. I want to hug you and feel you.
That's it.
Well, that's good to know, Victor, because you do have men out there that judge their woman.
But now we talking about men. I'm saying men on the show. Men.
Oh, okay.
Men.
So those aren't men.
Men. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, those are the ones that's supposed to be men. Like, they want they women to be a certain way. Take me or leave me. Take all this.
Somebody had a question. I want to go
whatever,
back to
Victor.
My camera froze.
Oh, let me see. You saw Cheryl comment about the Nutella.
Listen, there's a difference when I put something in your tail and then you put something in your. There's a big difference. I don't want to wipe your butt with my hand and it doo-doo on it. Let me wipe it with my and be done. Yeah, it's a big difference. There's a big difference. Big difference.
Somebody had a question for me.
Wait a minute. Who was it, bro?
Or you?
I'm trying to find it. That's why I'm looking back.
So Brittany says no one wants to deal with anything health related alone. Tracy's Bree says he said just sit in the corner, be quiet, just remember what the doctor say. Yeah.
Oh, I got it. What's you call about another sovereign rage?
Oh, Rashida.
Well, I don't know her like that, so
Yeah.
she has a question for me.
Rashida, change your name.
So, Sister Rashida, Brother Fatine, so why do you believe these marriages don't work? I'm asking for an honest opinion because I can't truly answer your question, but I do know there is a presence that has truly watched over me, especially when I was homeless years ago. But I really want your opinion about that. So one of the reasons
I'm gonna leave it up there, bro.
Yeah, I appreciate it. One of the there's numerous reasons, but just to give you a couple of reasons why I feel that some marriages don't work is that our choices, the choices that we make. and the compatibility of the choices that we make. Now, we always say, well, in the beginning, everybody's on their best behavior, and you really don't get to know someone until you get to be with them or live with them. And that's understandable. But even when you get to live with them, you can grow apart because you're not compatible. That's one reason there. Then there's things that you do in a relationship that can cause anger, pain, and sometimes they can't get past that pain because of the commitment that they feel that their expectations of what you would do and their expectations of themselves. So if you go out there and do something like cheating or doing something that harms the relationship, some people look at that as not only a red flag, but that's the line that you cross that is no coming back from. So that's just a couple of reasons. There's numerous reasons why people, a lot of marriages don't work. But I look at the choices. I look at us outgrowing one another. And there's a lot of superficial reasons we come together. And then another thing, and I hate to say this one, but a lot of times we have children before we get married or whatever, and we think that because we have a child with somebody, we want to go ahead and make this a family and get married. And you may think you love one another, or you may be in love at that moment, but you're not compatible. So that's why I say, and you coming off of the heels when I said about God and this, that, and other, because Michelle talked about that Satan brought her ex to her. But I don't look, when we start saying the devil brought negative things in our life, and I agree with Veronica, if God created good and God created the devil, everything comes from God, good and bad. So that's why I always have a problem saying only good things that happen to us is God, and then when negative thing happen to us is the devil. No, I think that it's karma and it's choices, and that's how universe. There's laws in place like gravity and certain things that work out here. So that's my opinion there.
You see her comment?
I appreciate your answer. I agree. Got it. Thanks.
You see, Kenneth just said you get too comfortable with marriage and you feel like the passion is not important anymore.
Good point. Good point. Good point.
Yep. Exactly.
Mm-hmm. But do you lose? See, this is a difference. And I'm just being honest. Victor's a man. He's on here. And Veronica, you can go for you too. But I've had women that I've came in, not a lot, but there's women that can make my heart flutter. Something about them that make it flutter. And that means there's something that you connected on, or whatever. There's a feeling. And there's one thing to walk in a room with 10 beautiful women. You're going to get a smile out of us men. You may get a rise out of us men. That's our nature. But when you see that woman that there's something spiritual or inner that connects, there is a feeling that you feel in here. It's beyond the beauty. It's something else. And when you feel that, there's something different about that person and that connection, at least at that moment.
I agree with you.
Y'all had that feeling before?
I have, yes. It's a mother. It's a beautiful feeling. You don't hear his brothers talk about it, but it's a beautiful feeling. It's a great feeling. And to make love to that person when you feel that, oh my! Because love is when you making love is just that's the battery, man, right? She looking for a battery. She ain't got it. But I mean, making love is just an expression. It's expression how you feel to a person. And I bet you us men, just like women, I'll just say that you've made love to a person, and the more you feel for the person, the more you may have put into the love making, because it's the expression how you feel towards the person. Oh, of course, if they hitting a spot too, that's another story.
Oh boy. I think what you're saying is big facts. Cannot disagree with nothing you're saying. we will feel that connection. Like you can feel it, and you'll have that conversation, and you'll be like, "Oh my God, this person is everything," and then you find out more about them, and it's like, you know,
That
it's
happens.
I'll say this: my mental image of people, to be fair, my mental image of a lot of people is pretty much positive until they fuck it up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have this thing that I view women in this dainty, damn, don't do no wrong, always clean, damn, smell good all the time. And then y'all will slip up and fart one time. And it's like, you know what? This is just too much.
It's not on your blessing. Just because she passed a little gas.
No, y'all don't. Let me tell you something.
Next.
I've heard a woman fart, and I've heard dudes fart. It ain't the same. It's something about y'all that I don't know if y'all been holding it for years or something.
We don't fart. We poop.
I don't know what you call that, but y'all got them deep down bass subwoofer farts, bro. God, stop.
I know some sisters out there laughing right now because they know that. They
in their room just a pooting right now too. room smell like treat meat.
Treat meat. Oh, what Michelle say here? Michelle said, yes, I made the wrong choice. I had choices, but I neglected the red flags because at that time, that's what I wanted. But I learned a major lesson, and that lesson has brought me many, many blessings. So, Michelle, what are some of them blessings, sis? Give us some example here in a sense of that. And Michelle's been putting up some very interesting comments on Facebook in the past day or two that I agree with. And you do supposed to learn from your experiences. I don't want to use always to say mistakes. Some people will say mistake. I just think they're experiences. And what you said, Victor, that when you having a conversation with the person that you felt that connection with, and you said, and you took it backwards, but what happens is you continue the conversation and it just gets better.
It gets
scary. It's intense. You're right. It's scary because it intensifies. And that's when you feel, and when you move like that, I'm telling us, to those men, and I'm not trying to get y'all hooked, fellas, but don't run from, and I've been hurt before. So a lot of us men don't deal well with hurt. And if we've been hurt before, a lot of us don't want to be hurt again. So we don't put all our feelings out there. And I got it. I understand. But if you find someone that you can roll with, go for it, man. Because if sometimes you like they said, Victor and Veronica, you can miss a blessing, and that next person, those past experiences got you ready and prepared for the person that's there now.
So what you're saying is facts, because when you feel that eerie, scary feeling, I'll say this, I tend to back up because it's like I felt this before, and I know what has happened before the last time somebody made my liver quiver. You know what I'm saying? So let me back up. Let me run. You know what I'm saying? I know it.
But why would you run though? Why would you run if that person is giving you that good feeling? Why would you run from
because we've been hurt before. Because we've been hurt before. And that pain is a mother. And we don't want to experience that pain because our liver quivered in the last relationship and then it led us pain.
But why are you reflecting back to your old relationship with this new person?
You shouldn't, but remember, experience. So you're saying good experience you take from a relationship and you build off of the negative, but as you take good, you remember bad, remember bad. And if you're not over it, or you understand, if you're not over it, then you can't move forward.
But I'm saying if you're over it, But you still are.
Oh, then you can open up. Then you should be able to open up. But a lot of people, and I'm talking about me and Victor giving y'all a little bit inside of how us men feel, that sometimes we don't open that door as wide because of pain in the past.
Yeah, but I'm saying, is this past that you still holding on to, or is this past that you already let go, but you still are afraid to open up to someone?
It's like I said, sometimes we don't open up all the way. And what makes us open up all the way? Time with the new person. We're not going to give it to you in the beginning, but if you earned it, we start to push that door open a little bit wider and wider till it be fully open.
I'm not saying if I earned it. I'm saying,
you're gonna have to earn it.
Are you? Yeah, you may have to. Yeah, but if you are you over your past is what I'm asking, or is you still dealing with?
It's not about over. Sometimes you're not over. Sometimes you can let your past go, but you remember your past. So remembering and being over, they can be synonymous, or they could be two different things. And when you remember something, you can reflect back, and because of that reflection back, you remember if I put my hand on that stove before checking to see if it's heat, that's the hesitation. I burnt my hand before. So I'm not going to stop cooking, but now I'm going to be a little bit more hesitant. I'm going to be more cautious. And that's what we do with our heart as men, because we don't want to get burnt again.
Well, we as women probably been burnt over and over and
that's
over.
True.
And
that's
over
true.
And over and
but y'all
over
are more
again.
Forgiving than us men at times.
Yes.
And y'all be dating 2 and 3 of us at the same time. So y'all have the food man.
Don't even go there.
The weed man, the ride, the gas man. No, money
that's
man,
y'all.
And the penis man.
That's you all. Don't get it twisted. That'll be you all dating 3 and 4 of us at the same time, and half of the time we don't even know it.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought so.
I mean, like, go ahead, 15.
I ain't gotta say. I said, mm-hmm.
So, Bree said, like I was saying, it's a sometimes we're not healed, and we going into something, but it still would bring up a trauma response to run. And Brittany says sometimes that trauma response gives the receiving person a whole new trauma, and that's true too.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You go on out there and you're not healed from whatever situation that you was in, and then you turn around and you screw over somebody else. That's not fair. That's not fair to anybody in that situation. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah. Veronica, you said something tonight, and I'm going to come back to it. You said that God can send God can send someone to you and you can miss your blessing.
Oh, it says.
Okay. So what I'm going to say is I'm going to take God out this equation, because it's not about God right now, but I could talk about missing. God. Yeah. I'm going to talk about the missing your blessing. So I see some comments, and I don't want to tip my hat on this one. I don't want nobody to. I see comments like, let's just say if I'm interested in someone, or I can see myself curious about someone, but I see what they're looking for. For instance, if they're looking for a man that make a commitment, and I feel that, or I know that, and I'm not ready for that commitment, even though they may be a good woman and I may be attracted to them and they may be appealing to me, but I know that they are looking for that commitment or somebody that they can settle down with. And if I'm not ready, it's no use of me leading them on. Now, could I lose my blessing or lose that soulmate of mine? That's a possibility. But I think could be worse is that I know what that person wants. I got to respect that, because I don't want that right now. For whatever the reason is, I'm not ready to settle down. I'm not ready to be in a committed relationship. So maybe I will miss that blessing, but I have to respect them, or I'm going to wind up taking them down another road of pain and hurt, because I know what they're looking for, and that's not what I'm looking for. Now, if I tell them that and they are willing to say, you know what, I respect that, I'm willing to so-and-so, then we come to common ground, and then we take it from there.
Yeah.
But that's why communication is so important.
And I say it all the time. Yep. That's the truth. I have nothing to say about that because I agree with that totally. Yes,
What team said or what John talking about too.
It's always one woman that a man can't get enough of.
And it's always the one that we do not need. It's always the one we do not need. It's always one. And it might not even be about the sex.
Shit. Shit. Anyway, I ring the bell on that one, boy. It might shit. Woo! Somebody put some fire up here.
Britt says, "Never waste someone's time. Pass your blessings along."
There you go. There you go. Mm-hmm.
Okay, Brian. Oh, sorry, Vic. What you got?
No. I was
But there's a thing that now I'm gonna flip it to y'all women. Now it falls in the category that some women like the bad boy, and some women that like the bad boy feel that they could be the one to tame the bad. They can tame the bad boy. And see, that's the problem is a lot of women feel that they can. They have a lot to offer, and this is where I got to come to where Victor says that you may truly be a good catch. You may have your ducks in order. You may be a beautiful woman, independent, doing this, that, and other, and you may be a good woman. But and in your mind, that's true. But when you feel that you are presenting yourself as that good woman as bait for us, and then you realize that we're not biting in the way you want, then you got to realize, are you going to stay there and try to change us, or are you going to move on? But then when you catch feelings, it's hard to move on because the emotions is attached in there. And that's when you juggle, Veronica and Victor, with the yin and the yang, because you have some good moments, you have some down moments, but you don't want to just throw it away, because you understand. So that's why I'm saying,
yeah,
we got to know what we want and what we ask for. You can pray for a lot of things, and Victor said God will give it to you. But you have your own perception of that, just like you have a perception of what God looks like, what Jesus looked like, or this, that, and the other. Then you have a perception when you pray for something, what that perception you want. But that perception that you have in your head, it may not be what is totally presented to you in the sense of your outline of what it looks like. It may not look exactly what you may think it looked like. And I'm not talking about it looks like a moose. That's not what I'm trying to say. I'm not here to dog nobody. It just may not present itself in that light.
Like a moose knuckle.
A moose knuckle. He's stupid.
Really? Okay. Go ahead, Vic. I'll let you control that.
Oh no. For team is guy here. He got the people fired up out here, man.
Mm-hmm.
So Michelle says the most important blessing was learning to love myself before trying to love someone else. Another thing is a peace of mind I never had in years. And I met someone that made me love to me from that made love. Oh, that made love to me from the top of my head, damn, to the soles of my feet. He brought feelings out of me I never knew that I had. I have never been this happy and content. He had me singing "If This World Were Mine for Real."
Oh, well,
I give that to you. Yeah.
Do tell.
Wait a minute. Let me. How does someone make love to you from here to the? How? I don't have that much saliva in my body to lick your
shit.
Okay.
He's stupid, Victor. You know what? I'm gonna tell you, Michelle. I'm gonna say something. I'm going out on a limb on you, Michelle. I'm gonna go out there. it's amazing that when a person when they feel this and they are secure with themselves, you could put those words out there, Michelle, but your energy reflects that. Your energy reflects that. And that's why I'm saying when you touch a person and you touch their soul and their spirit, and it has a positive effect, it comes out. If you have a negative effect, sometimes that evil side comes out. And when you, like Michelle said, that angelic part, if you touch them right, that comes out and it's transparent in just about everything they do, because they become a different person through their experiences. And if you have negative experiences and you've touched that inner depth of a woman and you hurt her, boy, that's a scorned woman. And boy, watch your ass. So I see both sides. And Michelle, I'll just say this, that I don't know you that well. I've just met you through here, but I feel that some of your comments, I feel that in you. I feel what you say at times through your comments or whatever. And, you know, again, I think people that honestly are comfortable in their skin and they feel that it reflects in how they move. That's just my opinion.
So let's hope y'all move on March 26th and come on out.
You just springboard off of me.
To this meet and greet.
Can you touch somebody's soul with a AAA?
Nah.
Huh? Put the battery up there. I need to know. Why are you holding it? Like, can you touch somebody's soul with that? I just need to know.
You barely touching it.
You can't reach the G spot with that. Shit. Woo.
Rashida, is that right? I'm in here smiling from ear to ear. Love this. People just don't know.
There you go. And we don't have this kind of conversation at times. And I think some of the sisters probably don't even think, you know, we have this in us, but it's real. You know, we understand both sides of the track. It's just that a lot of our conversation is on this side of the track. We don't have this conversation on this other side of the track, you know. Yeah. So.
But you know what?
Say
everybody want to be tickled sometimes.
There you go.
In the right places.
But what Fatine was saying about the conversation, this is the thing. Me and Fatine can have this conversation amongst ourselves and get way deeper than what we're saying on this show. But the minute women hear men talk about this, y'all make the shit weird. You know what I'm saying? Like you'll say, "Oh, well, I didn't know you felt that way," and why don't you show this? It's like, we know I'm trying, you know. And then y'all always doing something weird to make us feel weird. So
do explain.
So that's my whole conversation I have about big spoon, little spoon. I've had this conversation with people. You know, sometimes the man wants to be, you know what I'm saying, the little spoon. But if y'all get back there, y'all always make it weird. Like, stay off of my no-no areas. Ain't nobody want you back there. Don't touch my tail. Like, just hug me from the back and be thing. But and then don't bring that shit up later. You know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? Big spoon, little spoon. Never mind.
Front part, back part.
Yeah, Vic, I get it. But I was talking about the conversation. Like,
and that's what I'm saying. Like, men, we have, when you get grown men together, and I'm pretty sure that is what Fatine was basing it upon when he said, when you felt like you and Tori was outnumbered. When real men get together and we're discussing feelings, we're not going to make another dude feel any kind of way. We're going to let this guy express himself, and we're going to go this, and this. And we'll probably open up to each other to a point that y'all might not be like, well, damn, I didn't really know he felt a thought like that. But the thing about it is when we invite y'all into the conversation, y'all make it real weird. Y'all
Right.
like say or do something. It's like, why are you bringing this shit up now?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
right.
Chill.
Right. And I'll piggyback off what Vic says, and it goes back to that night. I don't know those three brothers that night, but when they presented themselves, from when they walked in, gave me dap, you know, they seem like just, you know, men, you know, you just feel men in the room. And you know what I'm saying? And when we started talking about women, because I think I'm the one that brought it up, they said things that me and Victor said on this show. They were locked sync with us. And that's that man. It's not just the man thing. It's just not about a man bond because we come together. It's because of who we are. So our conversation, and I made a statement, and I back my statement, and I tell all sisters this. I'm a man, and if I'm like a zebra, don't try to change. If I got stripes, don't try to change my stripes. Because if I'm a zebra, I'm a zebra. If I'm a lion, I'm a lion. And when
go ahead.
See, that's what Victor says. Y'all make it weird when we come up and say these things, because when we're presenting these manly things, and then when y'all do that, it's like a slight disrespect. Again, it don't bother me. I ain't weak skinned, but when we try to tell y'all something about us and then y'all do that, it belittles what we're trying to tell you so y'all can understand. If we're lions and respect that. That don't mean men have to be disrespectful, but don't try to change us from being men. Because I ain't letting nobody change me from being a man. You understand what I'm saying? You're not going to make me walk in this house and walk and be like a woman, because I'm not a woman. And don't want to be like a woman. That's me. That's me.
Want my man to be like a woman anyway.
So yeah, but y'all want to change us though.
So nobody wants to change you. Sure.
Yes, y'all do.
So let me say this:
some of y'all do.
If you got this big burly man, muscles, all this other shit, whatever, and he come in the house and he look at you and he be like, "Can you just come over here and give me a hug?" 60 to 65% of the time, y'all will say, "Oh, you done fucked it up."
Just because I said, "Oh,"
just do it. I didn't ask and that's the thing. Like, if you at the kitchen and you doing whatever at the sink, and I just come up behind you and just hold you and have my head down, just go with the emotion. Don't say shit. Don't say nothing, because you're about to kill it.
Go with it. Just back on up so we can lift you up on that counter and blah 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 blah.
Don't say.
Don't say nothing.
Just go with it,
because it's going to come out. But let it.
Yeah. That's why Victor. Some men walk in the door. They don't say. They just go take that hug. They go take that kiss. And if that woman is receptive, you see it on TikTok a lot. In the first year of the relationship, the man walking, smacked on the butt. Oh, baby, you playing.
Tell me something.
No. But listen to the principle of what I'm saying. But later in the year, later in the relationship, you come and hit on the butt. You be like, why you hit me on the butt? It changes. That energy change. So it's not about TikTok. So how you say it's TikTok? What we're trying to say is that energy. That energy. And if you're talking about keeping the passion in the bedroom, you got to keep a passion in the relationship that keep us going too. It's going to be harsh, but women need to realize it's okay to shut the hell up and don't say nothing. That's not harsh. That's the truth.
Okay, I get it, but go back up to John's comment where he said Veronica just proved Vic's point with her comment.
Oh, you did.
Women don't listen. Well, I mean, so you don't want us to say anything, because I'm like, a lot of times I do. A lot of times, even on the show, I'll be like, "Oh, you don't want me to say that either."
Well, we're not in a relationship, so what we're saying is sometimes when a man is being vulnerable, we're already feeling some men. When you got a man and he normally doesn't open up, when he's being vulnerable, it's already a new feeling or a new emotion or I'm in a space that I'm unsure of myself to even start with. Like, I don't even know how to express to you why I want to cry right now. But then when you sit here and you say something that's like not really belittling, but when you say something that I think that you're poking fun at me, or I think that you're making it a bit uncomfortable,
we shut down. We shut down.
I don't. Why would
It's not you. It's not you. It's not you.
We're just trying to prove a point.
Yeah, I'm just speaking.
Because I'm definitely not gonna make fun of you. I'm gonna be that compassionate person. I think that what Cheryl said. She's gonna ask what's wrong. Cheryl said, I'm gonna ask him what's wrong.
I don't need you. Eventually it's gonna come out, but let it come out when I feel comfortable. Like, the thing is, if man come in, he be like, just come over here and give me a hug. And you come over there and you get a hug. And then he turn around and he just walk upstairs and he take a shower. When he get out the shower, don't be standing there like this. It's going to come out.
So how about if that man say later on, oh, you ain't even gonna ask me what's wrong?
Well, then that's he's sending mixed messages now. Well, maybe there was nothing wrong. Maybe he wanted to hug you. I don't know. I'm just
saying, because we got to be careful, because sometimes
you're right. You know
because
like sometimes somebody will come to you wanting you to ask questions.
You're right.
That's true. You're because that's why I didn't say nothing on Vic, because he's not wrong on what he's saying, but it wouldn't kill my spirit if I said, baby, I need a hug. And you'd be like, oh, you had a tough day. And you come over and as you coming over and you giving me that hug and you giving me that reassurance, I may open up now or I may not open up now. I'll be like, yo, just was one of them. I don't want to talk about it now. Let me just go up and get a shower, but I just needed this hug right now. And, and that's what I'm saying. When you know your partner, you know how to roll. You understand what I'm saying? You know how to roll. You pick up that energy. That's why I'm saying compatibility is a mother. I'm telling you, it's beautiful when it works. I'm telling you, it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Britt said, y'all play too many games.
No, y'all playing we play the right games. Y'all just on the wrong damn board.
Veronica,
we want to play chess and y'all over here playing Scrabble. So we just doing two different things.
Sometimes nosy saves lives.
Oh, here we go. I knew it was gonna turn into somebody needs to go see counseling now. God, dog.
She talking about Stevenson.
Damn, we don't need your nosy ass women to ask what's wrong.
But
hey, he wrote that in all caps too. He meant
right.
He yelled that.
So check this out. John says, let's check this out. When a man is opening up to you, you only got one time to F it up with your mouth, and we will never open up to you again. Big facts. Big facts.
Yeah. And the only thing is, I don't know, it'll take some time to open up again because it's just not taken serious. Or you know what happens, Veronica? And I agree with John. I'm not twisting it. But sometime when y'all women continue to do it, if we shut down, or we'll lash out. Because when women continue, when your woman, I'll say, continues to do that, we already suppressing that. And then all of a sudden, one day you're going to do it again, and we're going to you always do that shit. I'm tired of that now. Every time I come and try to do something, you always, that's how it's going to come out. That's why I'm saying you gotta read. You gotta read that. Oh, we too sensitive. Okay.
So this is the thing. Y'all realize there's only one chromosome that differentiates us, the XY chromosome. But the same feelings that y'all have, we have too. It's just been instilled into us to keep it in. And when we do let it out, it's an event. It should be celebrated. Like when y'all get y'all period the first time, it's celebrated or whatever.
Don't compare that. Because we don't celebrate that.
Well, I'm just saying, for a man to open up, when you're in a relationship, when a man opens up to you about, I'm talking about his true feelings. Mm-hmm. And sometimes y'all don't even know when we are opening up to you. And that's the thing, is that you could be with somebody and you could be discussing some deep inner thing, and then they'll be like, they'll make a slight joke, and it's like, you know what? I'm out.
Forget it, right?
Yeah.
Or, you know,
and the thing is that, you know, sometimes, and some people, I rather text than talk, but some people don't. I guess when a man sometimes is being vulnerable and he's gauging the situation, or he's gauging your mood, he may throw out a text, or he might send this, or he might send that, and your response may be just wrong, and it's like,
well, that's why you should pick up the phone and call, because sometimes you can get mixed messages when you're texting.
Mm-hmm. I wanted to go somewhere real quick. I just want to read something. I just turned the page in this book, and we talked about this before. That, and Victor, again, if I remind you on something that you said in the past, because I can't quote you on it, but you talked about how when we may walk in the door, you understand, and you know, we may do something small or compared small to us, like pull our shoes off somewhere or whatever, but we have more on our head. And when we have more on our head, sometimes men tend to focus on the bigger things and not the smaller things. And I came across that in this book, you know, Men Are From Mars and Women Are From Venus. And it says a woman needs to accept a man's instinctive tendencies to focus all his energies into one big thing and minimize the importance of the little things. By accepting this inclination, it will not be as hurtful to her. Rather than resenting him for giving less, she can constructively work with him to solve the problem. And that's one of the things we're saying, is that if you understand us and work with us and constructively work with us, that's the word they use, then it helps solve the issue and it helps solve the problem. But when there is some resistance, then we put up a window. I mean, we put up a wall, and then that breaks down the communication.
That's true. But you do know that go both ways, right?
But see, that's the problem. Everything don't go both ways. It don't. No, I'm gonna tell you why it don't. Because we're not the same. But y'all want to say we're not. We're no. Okay, that's fine. But everything, because y'all tend to do that. Oh, what we tell y'all is, as men, yes, sometimes it does go both ways. But some things don't go both ways because we're not the same. We may be part of the human family.
I'm not saying everything, but I'm talking about what you just said. Mm-hmm. That goes both ways.
Well, but we're talking about men. We're not talking about women, though. We're talking about men on that one.
In this conversation, I was talking about
right, but I pulled the part. Well, not this. Right, we've been talking about it, but we started off talking about men in marriage and why we don't do. But go ahead, read John's comment. This ain't about women. See how you ain't want to hear about us because you trying to make the conversation about women. This is exactly why we do say women don't honestly care. We're talking and being open, and you're trying to turn it about women. And that is 100. I got to give you, man, I'll throw the bell, bro, because that is true. We started off talking about men. I made a comment about men, and women always want to inject. When we're talking and trying to give y'all something and tell you something, it goes both ways. It's about this.
Okay, well, it does go both ways.
Yeah, but that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about men, and men telling you some things and understanding that, and maybe there needs to be a constructive conversation on what we're talking about instead of interjecting that part.
Okay, but
the same thing.
Wasn't I agreeing with you all?
Oh yeah, I'm not saying that, but that's the point. That's the point. What we're trying to say, that everything is not about. It goes both ways sometimes, especially if we're talking or focus on men. Just like when you women, if y'all, like when you and Shay on here talking about things and talking about how y'all women feel, some of those things that we know that are more related to women, we sit back because
just say y'all want somebody to shut up.
No, it's not about shutting. No, it's not. No, it's not about shutting up. Y'all, but that's what I'm saying. Y'all get defensive.
Saying y'all continue with the show and I'll be quiet. Go ahead.
No, that's not what we're saying. That's not what we're saying. See how y'all get on y'all high horse? So y'all don't want to have a conversation. Cool. I missed the memo that we were showing up to a lecture, brother.
Right. Thank you, Brittany.
But you know what? Sometimes you need to sit back and just listen.
So okay.
Listening. Yeah, I just made a comment that can go both ways. But you know what? I'm zipping it. Go ahead.
No. So let me go to Brittany. So Brittany, yeah, we are having a conversation, but sometimes when you interject on what men are trying to tell you about, it's different than having a question on what we're saying. And instead of interjecting and saying it's equal, because everything is not equal down the line. So we're not telling Veronica to shut up. That's her being a little, but that's not what we're saying. We're saying that if we're talking about a specific thing with men, and if we're talking about it, sometimes it needs to be, again, it's not us being sensitive. It's just that y'all don't listen to us when we're trying to tell you something. So why waste our time telling you? And y'all heard that before from men. We're not dictating to y'all. We're just trying to give y'all a part of us that y'all may not understand or try to figure out why we do things.
Yes. John on point tonight. All the brothers on point. All the brothers on point. I really don't like that cliche because what's the point of having cake and ice cream and not eating it? And my comment was leaning more towards what if he doesn't know what he wants or trying to express.
Right. Okay. What Brittany say? Keep the same. What she said? Keep the same energy on the next topic for Team and Vic. Next time we on the soapbox. Y'all better let us have it.
We good. Men are good listeners. Y'all just don't think we be paying attention. Veronica, what? Oh, see, look. Now she want to say
tight. She tight as. Got them butt cheeks clenched. Now you ain't smoking. You better smoke you a joint because you need to lighten up. Oh God! Look at Veronica. Little sensitive.
Okay, what's wrong with being sensitive? People are sensitive.
Yeah. She has a right to be sensitive. We got that.
Look what John say for team.
Not listening is a great way to push a man out the door. And I don't want to go there, but I'm gonna go there. Because if you not listening, a man is gonna clam up. But he's going to tell that's what I try to tell you today. I had a conversation with two friends. If I can tell my friend something, but I can't tell my woman something, that's a problem. And if my woman don't show interest in what I am saying, but my friends can, female friends can, that's a problem. That's a problem. Problem.
That is a
Veronica,
problem.
You cowbell got you. You better speak.
I don't know if I want to put it, but okay, John. You
we hear y'all when you actually got something we want to hear. He's stupid. Oh, and men don't, you know what we don't deal with, good Victor?
What's that?
We don't deal with being chastised.
Guys, that's so much for watching Tangy Tuesday.
We ain't done yet. We men don't deal with being chastised and being put over and over and over about it. That's what we we'll sit quiet and hear what you got to say if you're saying the truth. And we may not say anything, but we hear y'all. But just don't belabor it, because once you belabor it, then it just becomes a problem. But we hear y'all.
We do hear you.
You do.
We hear you. And this is funny. A woman will want us to be open and honest, but she would get pissed off when we open and honest, and that's some shit.
Well, proof
Veronica,
is in the
can he
pudding.
get a proof
In the pudding. I'll give him a bomb for that. That's the most quiet I've ever seen Veronica Samuel, and that's a damn good thing. Laughing my ass off.
Well, I'm gonna tell y'all this. Real talk on the 26th. Veronica, you should have plenty of backup because the guys, we come.
Yo, women better come. Give us some support.
I tell you this, you know,
I'm turning my hat back for that.
Ain't nothing but love on this panel. And, you know, and I know Veronica, we want to dig into some of us sometimes, but I plan on not holding nothing back.
We coming with our hats backwards.
Me and Fatim is bringing the heat, and we want everybody to bring the heat.
Coming.
Bring the heat on the 26th. Because if you're not bringing the heat, just sit to the side, enjoy whatever, and listen to the conversation. We bringing the fire.
Yeah.
It's going to be the first weekend of spring. What, spring's on the 21st or something like that, 22nd, something like that. Yeah. First Saturday or whatever. Hey, it's up.
There you go. That's it. Michelle writes, I was having a conversation with a man last night, and just because I didn't agree with him, this person got mad and said bye, Felicia. I thought that was childish.
I don't know if I'd have said bye, Felicia, but I have a saying that I say, and I'm just like, man, bye. I ain't. Yeah.
Patricia says, John, they were leaving anyway. That's an excuse. What men fail to realize is that a woman chooses not to leave or cheat. We have so many opportunities, but we indulge. But the first thing a man is quick to say, what you don't do, another one will. But it's the same for a woman. That's true. Yeah.
She said she meant she don't indulge.
Don't indulge. Okay. Sorry, Patricia. Yeah, I don't indulge. So, yeah.
Patricia, don't say that word.
Raw conversation and women in sundresses.
Don't say the same as we're not like them.
No. I'm gonna get me some shirts with some sayings on it that night on the back.
Sundresses with no drawers.
Drawers on. Woo. I hit them cricket sound.
For women, if you feeling self-conscious about you in a sundress, Veronica Samuel has a couple of classes you can join, and she can get you right for sundress season.
Wednesdays at 7 p.m., Saturday mornings at 9 o'clock. B.A. Gary Gym in Darlington. Thank you.
She spoke.
You will.
Brittany says, Michelle Grant, same happened to me a couple days ago. He wanted to immediately end the conversation. I don't understand. So, yeah, I mean, yeah.
And for those of you who think I'm mad for real, I'm not.
We know you're not.
Yeah, like, I mean, people really think I'm angry. I'm not. I'm just, I'm going with the flow. I already know how these brothers think and talk. Stevenson talking about, I don't pay Veronica no damn.
That all? Oh, Lord.
I can't wait to the 26th because when I see y'all in person, me and Stevenson, we've known each other for over 20 years. John, when I see you.
I already got in that sundress, man. They got to get what I already got in that sundress.
So she's saying she ain't working out. Whatever she got is what you get. Veronica, pull me back. That's what they get.
Huh? We know you ain't mad, but at least you finally hushed to listen. God is good.
John, you need to write jingles or commercial, bro. You good. You're on point, boy.
And he's smoking his cigar. You know what, John? We're gonna have it out.
That ain't no damn cigar. That's something else.
Oh,
He's
what's
smoking
that?
it. It's something else. He puffing. He feeling good. Oh Lord. But nah,
Yeah.
that's interesting. Tonight.
Yep. Sometimes people don't know what they're asking for.
Facts.
Mm-hmm.
Facts.
But truthfully, I've really become a better listener than what I used to be in my previous relationships. I've learned
Why?
to why
Why?
because I realized that it got me nowhere in my past relationships. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like I'm not gonna say it didn't get me anywhere. Like I just feel like I've been the person where I want to be heard and I want to have the last say so and I want this and it's my way, you know? So I've learned that it's not all about Veronica. You know, I'm not the only person in a relationship. It's two of us together. So that's what I've learned to sit back and listen. Even though I can lose focus sometimes and I can, this mouth will start.
Chirping.
Working.
Chirping.
But I've come a long way than
You grown.
where I've been.
You
Yes.
learn. You grown and you learn, and that's what beauty of life is that you learn. You understand? And then you learn and you take those good things and those good changes into the next stage of your life. No matter what type of work relationship, personal relationship,
Yeah.
with your children, with family, it's about growing as a person. And when you remember, a lot of people on this thing do the workout, the water challenge, this, that, and the other. But if you make a lifestyle change, it becomes part of you. So if you make these changes and look yourself in the mirror and say, these are the things I need to improve on, and you make these lifestyle changes, you become a better person all around. So it comes out in your relationships, in all relationships, because you now are embodying a better person, a new
Yeah.
you, a new you.
Can
Yeah.
I say something? I hope she is playing. Much respect, Veronica, because it takes a hell of a woman to admit her shortcomings. First round of shot. Oh, that's not it. Wait a minute.
But go ahead and read it. Leave that up there.
First
Go
round of
ahead.
shots on you, the 26.
On me.
Yeah, you wanted it left up there. We try to take it down. See what I'm saying? I thought you were going to listen and zip it a little bit. No, just go ahead.
Well, that's why it says, this is it. This is the one I really meant to put, but Johns came in. Well, he better lose my number because I'm not Felicia. He must be talking about his other girlfriend. See, that's why y'all women can't. Everybody know what bye Felicia mean. What? Why y'all have no sense of humor in the
I do, because I definitely know what Bad Felicia means. But go ahead.
Playing.
Yeah, and Michelle, I don't know what the conversation was, but sometime we know.
And she's laughing. She got a smiley. I mean,
yeah. We got it. But sometimes men are in the conversation, or both. This fits both. But a person are in a conversation before they know it's going to go there, because it can take it to another level, and they know how the other person may get, or vice versa. So they just say, "Look, I'm out, because this ain't gonna go good." I got a coworker like that, and so I learned to handle her with a long handle spoon.
Ooh, that long handle spoon.
Yeah, I had no other choice, because we wind up debating things. So I'm like, I don't want to get into it, so I don't hit those triggers. I try not to hit those triggers.
Well.
Whoa, we had a couple of questions tonight. We only got the one, huh?
Yeah, we out of time, bro.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, appreciate y'all guys for watching the show tonight. It's been a good talk. Good discussion. I mean, we had topics tonight, no email letter, but hopefully a lot of people got something out of the conversation that we had tonight, because it's been really good. So ladies, sit back and let your man vent to you, and just
And
stay out
hug
of his,
you.
and hug you, and you don't have to say a word, just zip your lips.
No, just lightly press them together. Don't zip them. Just lightly.
Lightly press your lips together
Look, we need lips
and
open.
listen.
We need lips to be open. Okay, so let's don't talk about closing those, zipping, and
Lick your lips, close your lips.
Well, we know she ain't a cougar.
All right, guys. Well, thank y'all so much for watching Tangy Tea. We hope that you guys will make it on March 26th out to Keontae's Wings and Things in Darlington. That is our meet and greet. We would love to see you guys out there, because we don't know a lot of you guys. So
Personally,
only through comments, which we love that you guys support this show each and every week. Thank you so much. But we want to see you guys face to face, and like Victor and Fatine says, it is going down on the 26th. Victor isn't holding back. Of course, he don't hold back on the show, so it's not going to be anything different.
Oh, I can really be myself. I ain't gonna say I don't hold back, but you know, for viewers, and we're taping, like, you know, for team, everybody has a notch, a niche or whatever, and we don't want to say too much, but I ain't holding back nothing.
Well, thank y'all guys for watching. Of course, John have his final thoughts each and every week. He says, final thoughts: don't wear the same sundress you fried chicken in on the 26th.
Yeah.
He just be out of control, like.
But he's true. That is true. Don't come there with the grease stained sundress unless you bringing us some chicken. If you bring some chicken, if you bring a pan of piping hot chicken, you can wear the sundress.
But you can't.
Then you shouldn't wear the sundress.
I think he's talking about the smell. You know, like you can smell when somebody been frying food.
No. The grease. Pop. The grease
on
of
the
sundress.
dress.
And you wiping your hand from the flour.
And Cheryl, you said who going out like that? It's plenty. Oh, listen, I used to work at a grocery store. A lot of y'all don't like to wear bras early Saturday morning.
Nope. That's why I be at the laundromat early.
With that, but a lot of women don't.
That's right. Because they washing them.
And we can see them.
They're washing them.
We can see all your little business.
Yeah. And the ones that they got pissed too. We see them. Don't mute my mic again.
And I'm a little.
I was getting ready to.
I know, because I was gonna say the piss.
I was on that button. You hear me?
I didn't say piss bipples.
Hey, and I'm looking. I'm gonna tell you that now. I'm looking.
I don't turn my head like the Exorcist girl. I look straight ahead.
Thank you for watching the show tonight. We appreciate you guys. Thank you. Thank you for your topic suggestions. Please keep it coming. Send us your topic suggestions, please, if you would like to be a guest on the show. If you have an email letter, send it to us, TangyTeaOfLife@gmail.com, or you can leave it right here in our inbox on the Tangy Tea page. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel on YouTube as well. We appreciate you guys. And like I said, make plans to be hanging out with us on the 26th. Starts at 7 p.m., not 9 o'clock, 7 p.m. So make sure you come out. I want to see all of your faces. Hi, Alicia. Yeah, you late. But, you can always watch the repeat. But, guys, have a great night. Be safe out there, and we'll be back.
Ask Alicia, she want us to do another hour. She want us to do another hour?
Have a great night.
No. I saw Victor's face. He pull his blinds down.
We'll see you guys Thursday. Good night, everyone. Thank you.